think. Yeah, we're back. Okay, we're back live now. All right. So yeah,
All right.
you were
Go
just
for it.
talking about about the tire strategy and what we dealt with in tier two yesterday.
Yeah, so basically, yesterday in Tier 2 we had a lobby glitch in qualifying. We had to reset the lobby. So everyone in the top 10, and some people out of the top 10, started on a fresh set of softs, and they only went about like 13 laps before they were gonna puncture. And that was on a fresh set. So I think today we're gonna see a lot of the softs hard, hitting lap 11, 10, go hard to the end instead of the mediums, because the mediums did burn up just like the softs did.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I think if some people, obviously some of these guys will be better at managing the tires than tier two was, but at the same time, I mean, like you said, because of the glitch, we were starting on fresh softs, so I can't imagine. By the end of that stint, those mediums are probably going to be begging for mercy for most people. But who knows? There might be some Checo Perez's in here that are able to stretch those. We'll see.
Yeah.
Terrible's just told me that they are in for a dry race today, so that's I guess good for the guys that are particularly quick here. Rain being the great neutralizer.
I'm surprised we haven't had a rain race here, because Austria is known for rain. We didn't have one yesterday, and we're not having one today. So
Maybe later on for Premiere.
I guess Grumpy forgot to do his rain dance yesterday.
Yeah, literally. So, looks like Stevie the TV was already disqualified. I wonder if perhaps he had the issue where he spun and then the game registered him as sitting still for too long when he tried to re-enter the track. But he'll be pretty upset with that start there. So, trying to look. So, T. Darson is out on a hot lap. I am following along with him in the McLaren.
Yeah. Now I don't know if Steve actually got disqualified for that, because he got disqualified like as soon as everyone got out. So I'm not sure
Right. I
if
wonder what
he
it could have
just.
been.
I mean, I'm not sure if it was cold tires, but they don't really cold. I don't know.
All right, so Will Ann sets our first lap of the day with a 103.7, followed by Suzuki and T. Widow. Deneau comes across. Seen some good laps. Do you have any idea what the pole time you think will be today?
Ooh, I'm gonna get 103.4.
103.4.
No, 3. 103.3.
All right. What did we see yesterday in Tier 2? It was.
I don't know.
I think it was the
I know.
very
I know
end
Grumpy
of
put on
103.
something
Or
like that, but
yeah. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not 100% sure. So, T. Darson finishes up his lap and qualified third so far. Only one person has set a lap on mediums thus far, and that was Ray in the Mercedes. He did a 105, so 105.5. I don't think that's definitely not going to be good enough to keep him in the top 10, and he's already out of it. So
no.
there he is down there at 11th.
KDSX goes pole 103.666.
That's a nice lap from him. Let's see who's out in the out lap right now. Looks like Terrible is on his first hot lap, so I'll stay on board with him. He's coming around through Sector 3 right now.
Ooh, that was close to invalidation. Gotta be careful in that last corner curve.
So that's good enough for 11th for him, I think. Okay, so they said Stevie got disqualified for blocking the pit lane. So that's really unfortunate for him. Probably spun it on some cold tires or something right in front of the pit lane.
I know he can have some decent pace, so that's going to be heartbreaking for him. We'll see if he can get back up to the field.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for him, I guess he'll start on his tire choice, so that helps a little bit. But he'll be stuck behind a lot of people. So thank you to everyone who joined us. Leon is saying 103.1 for the poll. Rusty is in the chat. Hey, Rusty, what's up? The weather is dry throughout, so no concerns there. Let's see. I'm taking a look. Who's on a hot lap? Doesn't look like there's a lot of people in the pit right now as they've all kind of cycled through. I'm on board with Impossible right now, who's on an out lap. Might follow him through his hot lap as he's going on the medium tire. See if he can put it in the top 10 on the mediums. Some really extraordinary pace here from these guys, though, so I have to believe soft will probably be the move if you want to get in the top 10. But we'll see if Impossible Bacon can change my mind here.
I think the I think a good thing that that's not a good thing. I think the main thing you're gonna want to do in this race to try and get a good position is you gotta qualify well. That's one thing. And the second thing is you gotta get no penalties or little penalties, because this can be a very penalty-heavy track.
It really
So if
can.
you get no penalties, you can slide up a couple spots maybe, and that's big.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the no penalty can absolutely change the race. For me, I tend to struggle with track limits and my back wheel sliding off the track, but here yesterday I had the first no penalty race I think of my career, and I'm pretty proud of that one. I got 2 warnings on the first 2 laps, so the rest of the race I had to be pretty careful, but I wasn't in super heavy traffic, so it allowed me to really take advantage of that. So Impossible looks like he's putting in a pretty tidy lap so far. We'll see as he goes through Sector 2, now approaching Sector 3, what kind of time he puts up. So Leon is giving us some information contrary to what I had previously been told. He said about 45 minutes into the race there should be some rain. So we'll see what happens with that.
Make him 13th.
13th, so that's not good enough. And he will, of course, now go into the pits and try to put on some soft tires and give it another go.
So I was looking at Ink Bank, but he was right behind Bacon qualifying, and I think he invalidated right at the end of his lap. So that's 2 laps invalidated for him.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So I was on with Will Ans. He also invalidated on his hot lap. So I'm on with Disgruntled now. Looks like someone just did a purple Sector 1. That was one of the McLarens.
Darson's on his out lap, so I think it's Young Ass.
So let's see. Young Ants hasn't set a time
Young Ass is
yet.
valid.
Maybe invalidated? That's unfortunate. So go back to, let's see, Disgruntled is on a hot lap as well. Yeah, invalidations are tough. It's pretty easy here to get one. So yesterday, for example, I put in a banker lap. Well, what I thought was a banker lap, and it ended up being the best lap I've ever run at Austria. And but the key is make sure you get a time on the board that you think is reasonable, and then give it another go where you might take a couple more risks to get a couple more tenths out of it, or a couple more hundredths depending on what happens. But so Disgruntled, it looks like he's unable to move up there.
Will, I'm almost Will. He's just got through Sector 2. He purpled Sector 1. Looks like he had a decent Sector 2. We'll see what he can do.
And he's actually, this will be his 2nd lap on those tires, so he
ran you invalidated, get onto the curb too much.
Oh, that's unfortunate, because he invalidated both laps on that set of softs, so I assume he's going to fit another set of softs and give it another go. Probably has time for, this is his 2nd set of soft tires that he's used, I believe, so he'll use that 3rd set of softs and give it one more run, maybe later on in the session when the track's evolved a little bit more. Ooh, Tambar. Wow.
Tambar goes cool.
Great lap from him. 103.6.
I think KDSX is on a lap. He's and he validated, so never mind.
So let's see. Who is on a hot lap?
I'm on with last season's Tier 2 champion, Yuppie. He's
Nice.
into Sector 2.
Terrible also put in another lap while we were looking elsewhere, and that moved him from 13th to 12th, but I think we all know Terrible certainly has the pace to be in the top 10 here.
One thing I noticed about Terrible is that he's very consistent with his drives. He might not have the pace of some of the other drivers, but he's very consistent. That's what is helping him in this championship.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there are definitely a few people in the tier that are faster over one lap, but he's got great race pace, great race craft. Something that definitely some of the Tier 2 guys, including myself, could learn from. I'm on with Suzuki right now, who's on a hot lap going through Sector 2.
Young At's purple Sector 2. This is his first lap, so he got in the grass later. This is his first lap, so we'll see. And he goes into the pits. Oh, he spins it and then it resets him. I don't know why he'd go into the pits unless. I mean, he hasn't set a lap.
Great lap from Suzuki. Suzuki moves up to 6th place there. Really nice lap from him. We'll go on board with Garak Jim Shaw. It looks like he just purpled Sector 1 in the Alfa Romeo. Takes a nice bit of curb going there.
Nice corner, nice apex. Oh, on the curve.
Might have
Didn't invalidate.
Interesting. He got a little squirrely there, and I thought he might have been too wide, but...
even if he didn't invalidate, he lost a bunch of time through there.
Yeah. That must have been the real-life F1 stewards. They were... Oh, and he's...
Oh,
wow.
wow.
He might have gotten terminal damage there if the game didn't save him with with the pit and the AI taking over. Wow. That's honestly lucky stuff from him. That could have been disastrous. I mean, lucky for him, he's already up in third, but could have ended his session right there. So now I'll go on board with his teammate. Virt DV is going through Sector 3 and the other Alfa Romeo on a hot lap. And he's going to bail out of that, so I guess he wasn't happy with that one there.
Another invalidated run for Ankbank. Him and Youngats, they need to piece something together here. They're going to find themselves bottom of the grid.
Neither of them have bottom of the grid pace, that's for sure.
Yeah. Ankbank had a pretty good result last at France. He pitted like the lap before the safety car came out, and he was on those tires at the end, able to look out there. Tambar, purple sector 1. Looks like he's gonna try to set a faster lap.
So I did get further information that there will be rain at the end of the race, so that makes this strategy way more interesting.
Now I definitely think hards are the call here.
Yeah.
You can try to make it to the rain.
Well, you're saying if you're 11 or behind, you start on the hards?
No, let's go soft hard.
Gotcha. That would be interesting. Yeah. Although, I guess if you know that there's rain late in the race, why not go on the mediums? You know, if you don't have to stretch it the entire way.
You don't know like exactly when the rain's coming. When it gets here, it could take like 5 minutes for it to come into effect, and those mediums are gonna burn up quickly. Yeah,
you're right. That's a good point.
Tambar has the fastest lap again, 103.563.
Nice stuff from him there.
Oh, and he wrecks. Yeah, he hits that wall. No damage though.
Ankbank finally puts a lap in, 103.651 from him. So that puts him second. That's a very good lap. Waited till late in the session, but he's on it now. So I'm going to go on with Young Ants, who is on a hot lap, the only driver yet to set a time. Aside from Stevie the TV, of course, who was unfortunately disqualified. So if you're just joining us, this is Orioles and Shep on commentary this week. Super happy to be back doing some commentary as I finally had some time on a Sunday. Young Ants goes 12th. Alright, so perhaps not what he was aiming for there, but does he have time for one more run, perhaps? I think he could probably get
I don't know, because the pit's
close.
The pit, and you have to do an outlap. I don't know.
Takes a while. So just a reminder of where we're at in the standings right now. In Tier 1, the two Ferraris are currently leading the standings in first and second. Terrible with 151 points, T-Widow with 134, so a battle there between the two Ferrari drivers, followed by KDSX, Young Ants, and DV rounding up the top 5. In the constructors, as you would expect, Ferrari with a large lead since they have the drivers in first and second, followed by McLaren and Williams rounding out the top 3.
While you're going over the standings, Dino went 4th, 103.699.
Great stuff from him. There's a second lap on those softs, so I guess he's not too worried about using them up and starting the race on them. Let's see, who's on the hot lap? Virt DV invalidated. Will Ann's also invalidated. Will's going to stay out there and start a second lap. Who is that?
And he will not improve. Isaac Dennis.
Got it. So I'm going to stay on with Will right now, who's currently 7th, but I think he's probably got the pace to move up a little bit from there. He's on his second lap on those soft tires.
What car are we missing today? Is it a racing? I think it is. Yeah,
No,
Suzuki.
there's two racing points out there, Suzuki and Impossible.
Oh yeah, I didn't see Suzuki. My bad.
Um,
Um,
I can't tell.
Williams. Yeah. So.
Stevie the TV's in a Williams.
Steve the in a
KDSX.
Haas.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it is the other Williams then.
Will Purple Sector 2.
Really nice stuff from him there.
Let's see if we can put this one together.
Will's fan club's in the chat. Welcome, Steven. Thank you to everybody else who joined us as well.
DRS open to the line. Me too.
Very nice. Oh, okay, so Stevie the TV commented and said his wheel stopped working and he couldn't get out of the way of the pit lane. That was the disqualifier. That's really unfortunate.
No, not to brag or anything, but the current pole lap was my prediction. I said 103.3. So...
You should do this professionally. Oh,
yeah.
wow. that lap from Greg Jimshaw is looking even better at this point. And he retires from this session, I guess, as we're winding down here. Let's see.
Yeah.
KDSX on a hot lap. Let's see what he can do. Stay on board with him here for a minute.
With how close the pace is up at the top, I think penalties are going to matter a lot more.
Absolutely. Yeah, this whole tier is pretty tight as far as the guys are all pretty similar pace. Somewhat of a gap at the premier level with some of the quickest guys down to the bottom, but in this tier it seems like everyone's pretty smashed together on pace.
Nice sector 2 from KDSX.
Can he hit this last exit perfectly? Ooh, got a little bit of that yellow bump there, but shouldn't hurt him too much. Let's see if he improves.
He won!
Does! Wow!
Dang it!
Your prediction is no longer correct, but if we round up, then you're still correct.
Yes.
103.276 from KDSX. So, now the only people...
Terrible.
Let's see what Terrible does.
Terrible across the line.
Oh,
16th.
unable to improve. Okay, so Terrible will be starting 16th. He'll have some work to do to get up the field there.
Here comes Ray. Ray goes 16th. Knocks Terrible down one. Darson's on a lap in sector 2 currently.
Bank bails out. Let's see. Looks like T. Darson is the only one still going for it that I think will have a chance to improve his lap. Could be wrong though.
We'll see over the line.
Fifth. Nice lap.
Good lap. Alright, so KDSX is hopping into the pits.
So I think that should do it for this session. I think that's everyone done. Yeah.
Now, you were saying that it might be good to go into the mediums with this rain. It's still going to be a tough decision for these drivers because there's a big risk in both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you already thought, hey, I can probably go soft medium and be okay, if you basically just chop the last 10 laps off of the run of the mediums, then you really don't have to worry about wear at the end of the run, and last 10 laps you go onto the intermediates or the full wets, whatever the situation is.
It just really depends on how bad your mediums wear on that second stint. Because if they're dead by the rain, then the hards are going to be in the favor.
Absolutely. At least the sounds like from the most part of what people were talking about in the chat throughout the week there, most people are going to go for the mediums, especially on this tier.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see. It makes it certainly interesting. I mean, here we have 4/400ths of a second between first and second. So just to run down the list, KDSX on pole for the Williams, Tambar in second in the Red Bull, Grach Jimsaw, Will Ans, T. Darson, Bank, Impossible, Dano, Talon, and T. Widow rounding out the top 10. Ferrari with a lot of work to do today. currently first and second in the standings and first in the constructor standings. They start 10th and 17th. A lot of work to do there for Ferrari.
The second Williams driver not being here is going to hurt them in constructors.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we said they're third currently in the constructors.
Third. Racing Point, if they can have a good day today, they can probably jump them. Now, I may be a little biased because I race for Racing Point in Tier 2, but it should be an interesting one.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I'm driving for Ferrari and hoping for our combined constructors points. We'll see the Ferraris get a little improvement so that we can stay ahead of, I think it's Renault, who's currently second in the standings when we combine the constructors across all three tiers. So biased commentator syndrome up here, but so should be a good one. Do you have any predictions about who's going to be on the podium for Tier 1 this week? Now that we've seen qualifying?
I'm gonna say, oh, that's tough. Hold on. Give me KDSX gets the win, and then Will second and Greg Jimshaw third.
All right, I like it. I'm gonna say Will Ans takes the win. The pride of England, Will Ans, Will the Thrill, takes the win today. I'm going to go with let's see, Greg Jimsaw in second and Tambar in third, but we'll see. It should be a really interesting one.
Now, the only reason I say Will in second is because he has a problem with track limits. I've seen he gets a lot of penalties, and he's thrown some races away from that.
We will see. Will Ans, you heard it here. You've got a penalty problem.
And no, it is not Renault behind you in combined constructors. It's actually us in the Racing Point. So.
Oh, okay. I thought Renault was second. Oh.
Nah.
Joe G Fishing in the chat. What's up, Joe? Glad you joined us. Good afternoon. Good evening to our European friends. Good afternoon to all the Americans. Or, I guess, good morning if you're on the West Coast.
Looks like the X has been pressed. Good thing they didn't press it straight away, because then there'd be a penalty, but...
That was probably... Yeah, I hope it was Terrible. Terrible wasn't the one that pressed it, so someone pressed it.
Uh-oh.
Because I could see Terrible's little wheel still going, so he was not the one that pressed it.
That's not good.
Bacon Plays says Will Ans has a penalty issue. I would just like it to be noted that I was not the one that said that.
Yeah, okay.
Will the Thrill, you're still my boy. Whether or not Orioles thinks...
someone spun on the warm-up lap, but Greg Jimshaw spins around in turn 1.
Wow. Well, luckily for him, that doesn't really matter in sim racing. So...
I did the same thing yesterday, but don't worry.
Exactly. So basically, he'll still, even if he sticks back to where 18th or 19th, wherever he is now, it won't matter. The game will automatically put him back up into third where he qualified when we come to the lights.
Yeah, let me explain what happened to me yesterday. So I was warming up my tires down the straight, right? And then I realized my right rear is cold, so I'm like, okay, let me spin the tires off the corner. Then I spin the car.
Let's see. Nick Freeze says T2 representing the broadcast booth. You betcha, sir. We are representing, doing our bit to keep Performance Racing League on top of the independent sim racing league standings, as always. And it looks like the Red Bull of Tambar, they're all driving through each other now. Yeah, as the AI takes over. They're all driving inside of each other. That's so weird when it happens when you're sitting in the cockpit, because all of a sudden sometimes you just see the other driver just sitting on top of you. It kind of geeks me out, honestly.
I had this glitch in France where there's a glitch where the drivers' helmets were up here 5 feet above their car. And I could not stop laughing every time I looked back and saw it.
Some of the glitches in this game are pretty funny, but let's hope today we are not going to have the sort of glitch that we had yesterday in Tier 2. We had a full yellow flag glitch where we were getting yellow flags all throughout 3 and 4 every lap, and then we had probably 4 drivers who were ghosted. So let's see, we're coming to the lights now.
1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go from Austria. KDSX gets a pretty good jump. Tambar might lose second to Greg Jimshaw here as everyone's fanning out down to the turn 1. A little bit of contact between Greg Jimshaw and Tambar, but looks like they're fine. Everyone seems to be getting through okay. KDSX seems to hold their
Will Ans.
Oh! I don't know what to say. So I said, Tambar spins.
Oh man, he's dropping back now. What's that? Puts him down to 8th. That was a little awkward there
from those guys. I think that was Will, Tambar, and Greg Jimshaw, jockeying around, and Tambar got the wrong end of that one.
He did, but biggest beneficiary so far, KDSX, already 9/10 of a second lead after all that mess was happening behind him, now over a second, so he's already out of DRS range.
Oh, Darson spin! No, he saves it, but he got some huge wing damage now. Ran into the back of Ankbank, I think that was.
Gonna have to come in because he's not gonna want to run the whole race like that.
Something interesting. Yuppie, Youngax, Terrible, and Ray all on mediums.
Okay, that is interesting. Terrible out of the session. Terrible's out of the session.
What happened to him? He crashed out. It looks like that's right before the last corner.
Wow.
Maybe he got loose on the what's it called? On the curb and spun it. Wow.
That is
that's
really
awful
unfortunate.
for the points leader.
Yeah, that's really tough. Really disappointing early finish for Terrible here today.
This has really opened the window for T-Widow. He can get a good finish today. That championship league could shrink a lot. So
we do have a full course safety car as a result of that early retirement for Terrible. His car placed on the outside of the final turn, probably not in a safe position, so the stewards have made the decision to go full course safety car, which KDSX might be a little disappointed from that because he had already built up a full second lead out front. Now that Pack's gonna be right back on his gearbox again.
Yeah, that's the one thing about starts. It's really risky, and you gotta make sure your car's out of trouble. And I don't know if Terrible spun himself or someone hit him, because he was down there in the pack.
Yeah, Joe said Terrible's up in the points, isn't he? Yes, he is. Terrible is currently in first in points, followed by his teammate T-Widow. So looking at biggest winners and losers from that first lap and a half or so before the safety car, Impossible Bacon up 3 spots from where he started, Dano up 3 spots, Yuppie up 6. Biggest losers, T. Darson down 12 places because of the wing damage that he received. He had to pit, which put him way further down. Obviously, biggest loser here so far is Terrible. Even though he's only down 2 spots from where he started, he is out of the race and will only get 1 point this week towards the standings. Just a reminder, PRL uses a different point system than any other league that I'm aware of. We do points all the way down to 19th, 1 point for the 19th place driver. So that's what he will receive this week, which will definitely hurt, as T-Widow will be able to make up some room on him there.
But Terrible, it sucks you're only going to get 1 point, but you should be glad that it's not 20 cars. You'd be getting 0, so.
True, that's true. So just looking at who's stopped so far, who took advantage of the safety car, T-Widow stopped, Veer TV stopped, Ankbank stopped, obviously T. Darson stopped, but that was to replace that front wing. Ray stopped, Stevie the TV is stopped as well. So those guys.
Veer is on hards.
He is, yes.
So I think he's going to try to go to the rain.
I don't blame him. Honestly, I think that's probably a really good strategy. I'm not 100% sure. Some of the guys towards the back went on softs. They stopped and got fresh softs. Obviously I'm in tier 2, so what the heck do I know? But it's probably not what I would have done personally. I think if you can get your stop out of the way now and go all the way to the rain, why wouldn't you?
I mean, the only thing is, I don't think those softs are out of life yet, so they're going to pull a good gap on him. So I think that's what some of those people are thinking, not wanting to go into the hards because of how much time they're going to lose. But I can see the benefits. They're going to gain it all back later when they pit.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, the fact of the matter is, even though they're on the faster tire, they'll still all three be fighting each other on those softs at the back, and then they'll have to get past Enkbank on the mediums before they can even start working on Veer TV on the hards. So, should be interesting to watch. Nice bit of intrigue there towards the back of the field.
Yeah, just shows how different these drivers think. Got hards, medium, softs, all of them.
Well, and it also makes a big difference. I mean, you don't have a professional sitting on the box telling you what strategy they think is best statistically. So the safety car is coming in this lap. KDSX will lead us back to the green. Nick Free says y'all should get Terrible on a pit lane interview post-retirement. Yeah, I don't think Terrible's going to be too happy of a camper right now, so we will leave him be and let him enjoy the rest of his morning. Knowing Terrible out on the West Coast, he's probably having some coffee right now, trying to cool off after that incident. Razor tuned in. Hey, Razor, how you doing? Good you're here. Rain is projected, I believe they said 45 minutes into the race.
45 minutes, and the safety car helps that.
Absolutely.
They wasted time under the safety car. And here they go, back racing. Great jump from KDSX. No one else really went for it as much as he did. He's going to get a little bit of a gain there. Will peeking on a move, not going to make it yet. But he might make it right here.
He's definitely going to go into it on 3.
Someone spun. That's Yuppie.
The Yuppie. Oh, unfortunate for Yuppie there. So Will Ans does make the move going into 3. Gets it done. Nice move from Will. Great spot to pass there if you do it well and do it carefully. Virt DV also looks like he's had some sort of issue. No, okay, I think the game just glitched. Will Ans with a bit of a lockup there. Being chased by Greg Jim Shaw. I'm going to stay on board with him just for the moment since this is a little higher up the order.
I'm looking at this battle back in the pack. Beard's actually doing a very good job hanging with these faster compound guys so far.
I mean, he's super quick, as you can see from where he actually qualified for this race. He's not the 13th fastest driver on the grid. He qualified higher up and just came in for the hards.
But then again, you've got to remember in racing, just because you're like the first fastest driver doesn't mean you're always going to win. You got to really have a good race, have a good racecraft, know what you're doing.
Absolutely. Will Ans goes fastest lap of the race thus far.
Stevie the TV spun around, final corner.
Oh yeah, yellow in sector 3, Stevie the TV.
Not a good, day for him so far. He's qualifying.
Already got in the penalty too. It's very unfortunate. So he is the only one with a penalty thus far, a 3-second penalty. So Will Ans. Nice move from him, moving up on the hards. KDSX currently being chased by Will Ans, about a half a second between the two of them towards the front. So after KDSX's initial really great jump, he now has Will Ans behind him, who is obviously keen to chase him down.
Someone spun off. That's Gadanis. A lot of these guys spinning here.
Yeah, that's a tough section of the track. If you get too much of that inside curb, I mean, you pretty much need to take it as fast as you can, but if you get too much of that curb, that thing will sling you.
Suzuki gets hit a penalty for a second. Now, I have a little bit of a leaderboard glitch, and it says T-Widow is a lap behind Young Ats. I don't think that's right, so I'm gonna...
Yeah, I'm getting that too. It says that he's last, but that's clearly not the case. We have a yellow in Sector 2, but I don't know why. It looks like everything's okay in Sector 2.
Handbar, okay, now T-Widow's back up to 9th. This is a lap down, but at least the leaderboard's right. Tambar's falling down a bunch of places. He's falling like 3 spots this lap.
Go on board with him for a second there, see what's going on. There's quite a train going through Sector 2 right now. Everybody right on top of each other. Ton of dirty air. These guys will have to be pretty careful. Einstein saying lobby seems a little glitched. Yeah, it does. They look like they're having a similar issue to Tier 2 yesterday, where they were just getting random yellow flags.
But the good thing is, it doesn't look like, you know, when people are in this section, they're getting yellow flags, so they can still overtake when they want.
Apparently, Tambar had a bit of a spin there. Unfortunate. According
Not a
to
good start for
Leon.
him. He got involved in that first little thing, scuffle where there were like 3 cars going for 1 gap.
So I'm going to stay on with this DRS train going through Sector 1. There's like 8 cars in a row on top of each other. So it looks like T-Widow is currently ghosted, which is the same exact problem that Grumpy was having in the Ferrari yesterday. Which is why T-Widow keeps going back and forth between being in 9th and being in 18th.
Yeah.
This guy's going to have to be really careful because we could end up like a situation with yesterday where people assume since he's ghosted they can drive right through him, and then all of a sudden he isn't ghosted anymore.
I saw that with Grumpy yesterday. That was rough for him. Yellow flag for a glitch, looks like. No comment in there. Ay.
Codemasters at it again. Here we are trying to make a great racing league for all of our members, and we get stuff like this. It's really unfortunate.
Oh, Tambar spins! Again, I think got wing damage.
So he makes luckily for him, he has not retired, but the entire left end plate is gone for him. Really unfortunate. It looks like he had a bit of contact there. I would imagine that will be a investigation for the stewards. No comment at this point on who's at fault, of course, but there probably will be an investigation of that as there was contact. Spool and Dub saying someone has hacked all the Ferrari drivers this weekend. Does seem like that's the case. Seems like I was the only Ferrari driver not to have an issue so far this weekend.
This has just gone terrible for Tambar. Qualified great, and then just has not been lucky.
So Will Ann's still sticking there with KDSX, only half a second behind. Hasn't been able to close enough to make a pass, but honestly, so much of the passing of this track comes down to how good of an exit you get out of turn 2.
Callum makes a move on Suzuki to turn 1.
So it looks like he did get that. He got that done. Good move by him.
Suzuki not going to be able to go back at him because Talon has DRS.
So the awkward DRS train continues through the mid-pack
Will is right there.
He is.
KDSX makes a little mistake and that lead is probably gone.
Will gets the perfect amount of curve there. Oh, and KDSX is going to pit almost a collision when KDSX came into pit, and Will had to take some major evasive action.
Either going soft hard right now or doing the 2-stop, which I don't recommend.
Yeah, Will almost just spun exiting turn 1.
For the 2-stop. That's I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe he's playing on for the rain later. Who knows?
Actually, if that works out with the rain, that could go in his favor.
It could be a really good strategy if the rain happens like we're expecting it to.
The rain needs to come when he needs it. He can't wait too long, or he's gonna get roasted on those tires. So it's risky, but if it pays off, it's gonna be huge. Tambar's into the pits for cards. He just left the pits. TV right behind him.
I think it probably makes sense for Tambar to go on hards at this point. He's got to do something to try to make up some time with strategy after the rough start he's had.
Bacon's in the pits. You know, 2-second time penalty.
Vapor said, curious what KDS went to for tires. I've just changed the details so you can see he went for the softs. Joe said, rain in 45 minutes, 36 laps at 1 minute a lap. They will not see any rain.
True, but that safety car, it's going to be close.
Safety car did slow down. If they have another safety car, it's certainly possible that they could see rain.
Yeah. if if you're still in the check, give us a little insight on what happened in your wreck. Cause I didn't see anything. All I saw was your car over there off track on the wall. Did you spin on the curb or did someone hit you?
Looks like Talon is doing his best to chase down Dano here. Grak Jimsaw just received a 3-second time penalty, which could be huge. Tambar also receiving a time penalty. 3 seconds at the front here today could be a lot.
T-Widow is in 6th place rather than the 18th like it says. Good day for him. He needs to... Oh, contact! He's spinning! Commentator's curse at its finest. Oh man, he's gonna dive into the pits now. I'm sorry, T-Widow. I didn't mean to use the commentator's curse on you. Oh man.
So Leon says if there's any rain, they probably won't pick. This will be so late into the race. It's Vapor says the report's saying 10 to 15 minutes. So we're getting some conflicting information here, but we'll see. So Ankbank goes for a move on Young Ants. They're going to fight out of turn 3. Young Ants with a better exit. Looks like he's going to retain the position there.
Weird on the hards. Remember, he's up here.
He's been moving up. He's been moving up.
He's gonna go 3. No, he's not.
Oh,
okay.
He hits Ankbank.
Any wing damage? Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it, and Ankbank managed to save it.
Oh, that was almost a disaster.
VirTV looked like he was braking as if he was on the softs there, but he was on the hards and didn't have enough grip to slow the car down in time.
I think he's just being really aggressive right now because he wants to get that move done as quick as he can. Because he needs to gap himself as much as he can from those guys that pitted.
Ray just got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limit, so he must have had some sort of issue there.
Looks like he's actually slow in Sector 2.
Not sure what happened. Vapor says Dano checked twice, and it's 10 to 15 minutes for rain. So KDSX puts in the fastest lap of the race on those new softs that he was on. T. Darson going for a move around the outside of VirTV on the hards. Should get that done, and probably can make it stick going into 2, excuse me, as he has the better tires.
Alright. Get Dennis into the pits. I think if he can make this work, this is huge. Because it depends. Because if the rain does come in 10 to 15 minutes, this is going to work out great for him.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the perfect strategy, or he could end up on the hards way longer than he wants to be.
Actually, forget I said that, because remember Mr. Katie, I said Ray's out.
Ray's out of the session. Will it bring out another safety car? No, has he just retired? Okay, so
anyway, what I was saying was, remember KDSX? Well, he's right.
Oh, we've had a spin. We've had a spin.
Is that Ankbank? No, it's not.
It's one of the Renaults.
It was Ankbank.
Didn't seem like it hurt him too much. It looks like he's kind of recovered a little bit. Disgruntled, picking up a 3-second time penalty.
So KDSX needs to get past Virt here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be stuck too long behind this driver on the hards, especially since he's on the softs. He needs to get up the road.
Yeah, if it does come in like 10 minutes now, that also really works out for KDSX because he went soft.
Yeah, making the most of those softs. So VirTV has come from fairly far back after pitting for those hards, and he's worked his way through the field on hard tires. Really, really great stuff from him.
Yeah. KDSX are going to look to get past here because he needs to get past because he probably knows that he's going to try to make it through the rain too.
So Young Ants has inherited the lead on the 14-lap-old mediums.
Grunted into the pits. 14 laps in the softs. Feels like an eternity for them because on that 13, mine were like 73, and that's when I pitted.
Yeah, I pitted on 14. Mine was screaming by the end. So we've got a really interesting battle from one down to 4. Yeah, it's been a great battle so far.
But Darson with the McLaren's look like they still have to pit, and I recommend one of them do it soon because the way it's looking, they might double stack.
Yeah, very true.
Ray left the session.
So seeing as he retired the car, he will actually go into 19th, and Terrible will move up to 18th and grab the 2 points. Actually, so Ray will get 0 since he retired the car.
Oh, yikes. Well, that helps Terrible. Pretty sure that made his day a little bit better, if anything.
A very small consolation considering a lap 2 retirement.
Lap 1, actually, I think.
Lap 1.
Didn't even make it a full lap for the points leader.
3-second time penalty there for impossible bacon.
Down the inside is veered on Young Ats.
Ooh, a little bit of contact.
He's just going to take this chance to go around the outside. Not going to do anything yet.
So the advantage of KDSX being on fresh softs against guys on mediums and hard hasn't fully paid off yet. We are starting to see some serious looking clouds here though in the hills of Austria. Will the rain come in time to drastically affect this race? We'll see.
The longer Veer can keep KDSX behind him, the better. Because around lap like 10, 11, 12, they get pretty rough. So he just needs to keep him with him as much as he can. Young Ice is still out there. Is he going to try to go to the rain on this medium?
That would be pretty impressive.
I don't know if he can do that, because...
That seems a bit aggressive, but... I think he's probably just going to hold on as long as he possibly can.
Down the inside.
Going for the move. Can he get it done? They gave each other plenty of space.
That was a good move.
Yeah, very respectful driving from both those guys, too. They left each other plenty of room. Got the move done without incident.
And KDSX going to make it, too.
Yeah, he might as well go for it. He's got the room.
Down
big lockup from Beert.
Makes the move.
Nice move. Great driving from all three of these guys.
Both of those McLarens have yet to pit.
Spool and Dub saying rain within 2 laps. That would be...
I don't know. I mean, maybe the rain gets here, but I don't think it's going to be intertime, like another 5 maybe.
Yeah, another 5, but it is... If it does come in 2 laps, it's going to be long enough in the rain that they'll have to make a switch. They won't be able to... There's no way they would go the entire race on slicks if there's going to be, 16 laps of... So KDSX going for the move down the inside.
Leave space. Good job. Good driving.
Gets it done. So, the soft tires...
There. Look at your he will. Gonna send it around the outside maybe? No, he's gonna stick with... No, up the inside actually. Late braking. Ooh. Oh, KDSX gonna get the run back around the top. Close battle here. Almost contact. The lights are flashing on the back of the cars.
So they're harvesting their energy there.
Yeah. Both trying to get energy for an overtake. And KDSX will stay ahead for now.
Thank you to Rusty in the chat saying, technically you could go to the end, but it wouldn't be good. Yeah, I agree. You could.
Yes.
Wouldn't recommend it. T-Widow picks up a 3-second time penalty. A rough day for Ferrari all around here. The points leader in both drivers and constructors towards the back of the field, and very unfortunate stuff. Rough weekend for Ferrari all around. Grack Jimshaw going for a move on T. Darson. Gonna get it done on the newer mediums. T. Darson on 17-lap-old softs. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Veer's doing a good job holding on to KDSX here on the softer compound.
Yeah, he's keeping him within DRS range.
Keep that up. That's gonna be good for him. I don't know how long those hearts can go though, because I didn't use them in the ET race.
Yeah, I certainly think he...
Looking at a move on Will. Not yet.
Ooh, bit of a lockup. It is starting to get dark in Austria here, folks. Look at those hills.
I love this track. The scenery is amazing.
It is pretty incredible. I'd love to go here in real life one day.
One of those McLaren's gonna pit. No, Darson has been on softs for 17 laps.
That's some pretty impressive stuff from him, honestly.
He's got a pit. He's not pitting this time either.
Veer TV kind of closing the gap there.
This is nuts.
he got it down to 3/10, keeping KDSX within striking range.
So Suzuki and Talon look to be battling. Dennis, time penalty.
So let's see if Suzuki can get this moved on.
I think Will took offense to me telling him he has a penalty problem because he has not gotten one yet.
He took it personally. He said, "I'll show you, Orioles."
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That's a little bit of rain. A little bit. A little splatter of rain. See if more comes.
Stevie the TV picking up a time penalty.
Yuppie and Talon. Talon gets by Yuppie. 2 overtakes within 1 lap. That's nice.
So when will we see people start to come in? If we're just starting to get a few drops here, can't be more than a couple laps.
See the TV and Tambot battling for 15th. Actually, no, it's probably 16th because T-Widow's glitched.
The Yuppies, Suzuki, and Dano having a heck of a battle here.
Oh, Anderson pitted. He finally pitted. I don't know if that was... I mean, he's got to pit because his tires were dead, but... Or is it too early for inters? KDSX time penalty. And
time penalty, and Veer
TV
TV got back by him. Nice move. And he's going to fight it back, though, KDSX here, going around the outside. Ooh, lock up and a bit of contact.
I think it was too early for the inters.
I think it has to be, yeah. But I think his tires were probably completely shot, so he figured, well, if I got to go in, might as well just go ahead and go for him. I mean, what are you going to do, come in for the softs for 1 lap or something?
Yeah. As if he gets by Yuppie, seeing a little bit of rain. Nothing too bad yet.
Veer TV is having a heck of a drive up there on the hards.
If I'm KDSX, I want this rain now.
Absolutely. Probably Young Ants does too. 22 laps on the mediums.
There's a little bit. I see it. Little drops coming down.
Yep.
More rapid now. Well, there's a Mercedes in the pits. It's Yuppie. 21 laps on mediums.
Veer TV a little squirrely on the exit there, but should be able to still be alright despite the DO.
Good call by Veer there with the hards.
Absolutely. Worked out perfectly.
So, now he's got a good shot at this win.
Be interesting to see how this strategy works out. Will Ann's got hards only 7 laps ago, but he's probably going to have to take them off pretty soon. We've got 3 drivers. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess he couldn't have predicted how soon the rain was coming, but we now have 3 drivers on the intermediate tires. Yeah, I agree, but hindsight's 20/20, I guess.
Around the outside on Ankbank goes Will. And the rain, I can see it on the drivers on board cams now.
Yep.
It's here. Gotta wait for it to come into effect. Young Ants, 23 laps on those medium. That's nuts.
Impossible and Ankbank going side by side into turn 1.
Bacon has a tire advantage.
Ooh, oh, contact! Oh, Bacon with a spin.
Bacon spins! Greg, Jimshaw, and Young Ants are battling third. Young Ants down the inside. Contact!
A little contact.
Now, Young Ants just has to play it safe because he doesn't have a penalty, but Greg Jimshaw does.
I think that's a great segue into checking where we are at with penalties. So Veer TV at the front with 3 for KDSX, 6 for Greg Jimshaw, Young Ants, Will Ants, and Ankbank all have no penalties so far, so great stuff for them, as that should help them move up a couple positions. Most of these guys are within, a second and a half of the guy in front of them.
Yeah. I should just tell everyone they have a penalty problem so we have a clean race with no penalties. So, KDSX has lost track of Weird. And that's huge. 13 laps on those softs, they're gonna be begging. That rain is not coming in as fast as he thought.
Yeah, and it looks like those guys that have gone to intermediates, it's certainly not helping them so far. Interesting.
I think
Thibodeau actually pitted and got him. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. I take that back. But yeah, the guys on the mediums, I think they might have been a little early because they're losing some time, some pretty big time right now.
I definitely think that mediums were the right call, like a little bit ago when they were making their stops. Because the safety car, you should have put it for hards, but at least when you're making your stop, the final stop before the range, where everyone put on like softs or something, you probably should have put on medium.
Ooh, impossible getting a little wide there.
Because this rain is not even really here yet. And KDSX is still on 14 lap load softs. So it's not working out for him. He's dropping a lot of time to Beard.
Ooh, impossible with a spin into the wall.
Again, any wind damage?
He went side by side with Ankbank. Oh, that's a dangerous re-entry there.
The end plate's gone.
End plate's gone, and not the best re-entry there onto the track by Impossible. I have a feeling the stewards will probably look at that. He went hard into reverse and just cut across the track.
Past Suzuki's in the pit. Suzuki went on to the enters. Looks like the rain's finally actually coming down now. So that worked out perfectly for Veer. Good call by him there. That's something to be proud of.
Will Ants
is begging for mercy.
He is. Will Ants goes for the move on Young Ants. Looks like he's going to get it done. Nice move from Will Ants. Young Ants in the pits.
25 laps on the mediums. That's crazy.
Nice work for him. Young Ants.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, that's brutal. That's gonna be very costly for him. He's gonna have to serve that immediately as well.
No, you don't serve it as soon as you do it. It's whenever you pit again.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Yep.
Oh, man.
So since he's probably not gonna pit again, that'll just be applied to his time at the end of the race.
Oof.
So he's now on the inters. We've now got 5 drivers on intermediate tires. Let's see. Got a little bit of a spread out between some of the drivers now. Not too many close battles going on.
These drivers are so much better at saving tires than us down in Tier 2.
No kidding. In Tier 2, we're just smashing the throttle, burning them up.
Yeah. So, looks like... I don't know. Inters, it still might be a little too early.
Yeah, Veert stayed out. KDXX coming in. He is coming.
He probably came in because his sauce are done. Like, there's 15 laps old.
Right. Young Ants went for softs despite the rain, so maybe he's thinking it's still not time for inters. Maybe it's never going to be time. Who knows?
I don't know about that. That's an interesting call.
KDSX actually looks like he went for the medium tire too. He did.
You're late in the race, so I don't know if the rain's gonna... I don't know. It's a really tough call. It's just one of those moments where you wish you had a professional up there in the box.
Seriously. So, 5 of the drivers ended up going for intermediates, but it hasn't seemed to help them so far at all. They came in, grabbed the mediums, and just continuously losing time there.
These cards can probably go about like 30 laps. So
is that about what they are? Okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's 30, something like that. Because the softs can go like 13, the mediums can go like 21, and the hards probably go like 30. And he's into the pits actually. Is it enter time, or is he gonna go onto the softs?
Well, it's interesting because the Yuppie went on intermediates at one point, and he actually came back in and got the softs.
Ooh. Let's see what Weird has tires prepared. I can't even see. Oh, those softs. They're softs.
Okay, so despite the drizzle, I guess it's just not enough collected water on the track where it's really necessary.
Greg, Jim Show, and Will still out there. If Will wins this race on penalties, I'm gonna cry. Because he has no penalties and Greg has 6, and Greg is leading this thing, and he's only behind by a second.
So Will Ans basically just needs to keep him within range, and he'll inherit the lead.
Well, I guess I jinxed Will, but in a good way.
Yeah, he can thank you for that one. Ankbank picking up a 3-second penalty. So it looks like the call to go on intermediates was not the right one. So all the drivers who win inters have not been rewarded. Especially, like, let's see.
Hold on. Wait, so KDSX, oh no, he pitted mediums. Because if he pitted us to the softs, he's not gonna have used all, like, 2 compounds.
No, yeah, he did go mediums, but, let's see. Veer TV gets by Talon there. Nice move from him on the fresh softs. Talon on the...
Veer needs to push a little bit. He's
got a lot of ground to make up.
And I'm sure those guys ahead can go to the end on their tires. So he's got to go.
See the TV speeding in the pit lane. Not what he needed at this point.
Within DRS range. TV retires. That's not a spot for Terrible.
Yep, because that'll be a rage quit. So that's 2. Both Ray and Steve the TV will move behind Terrible. Terrible up to 3 points after the lap 1 incident.
Hashtag gains. Weird's already closed a second in sector 1 and part of sector 2, so he should get there maybe. It depends.
Yeah, Will could win this straight up. It's definitely possible.
If Will wins this because he got no penalties, oh. I'm just starting all kinds of commentators' curses today.
I think Will might, I was about to say Will might buy you a beer, but Will won't buy you a beer because we do not encourage underage drinking. Will will buy you some juice for that one.
Let's go, apple juice.
T-Widow picks up a 3-second time penalty. His rough day continues. Will might be going for it here. Oh, he does, down the inside. Let's see if he can make it stick. Giving each other plenty of space.
I don't know about that because it worked out, yeah, but before he did it, you gotta think about the risks because all you gotta do is stick behind him and you win. It worked, but if it didn't, that'd be...
To quote the late great Ayrton Senna, if you don't go for a space, are you really even a racing driver anymore, you know?
True.
It's Will the Thrill. You know Will the Thrill is gonna go for the move if it's there. I mean...
Yeah.
If it was terrible, he would probably sit there and be happy knowing that he can get the win without taking any extra risk. Will the Thrill, going full send no matter what.
Now Will doesn't want to win on penalties. He wants to cross the line first.
Can you blame him? I mean,
yeah.
It does. Although it's still not intermediate weather, it does look like there is enough water that some of them are getting a little squirrely on exit.
Veer is flying up to them right now.
He is.
He's gonna get there.
He's made up like 6 seconds since he's
gonna get there.
Because at one point he was down by 9 seconds to Grach Jimshaw.
That's huge. Oh, Young Hats I think spun. Oh, he's in the pits. Never mind. What is he pitting for? He's putting on the softs.
He already has softs.
He's serving his penalty. He's putting on another set of softs. What? Didn't he just pit for softs?
He did. He was only on four lap old softs.
He made a wing damage. He fixed his wing. I don't know.
So Will Ann's in the lead, currently trying to get by the currently about to be blue flagged Yuppie. And T. Darson, I believe. Tough day for 2 pretty quality drivers there.
So Will is... Yeah, you might get the win prediction right. Who did you have second? Was it Grach?
No, I think it was Veert, and then I said Grach third, I believe. So I might have, as it stands, I might have gotten the podium right at least, if not the exact order.
Because Veert jumps him on penalties, and he's actually closing in fast.
Oh, there you go.
My pick right now is Veert for the win because he's flying.
We'll see. Does he have time? I mean, he's only got what 3 laps left to do it. 4 laps.
But he closed out like 4 seconds in the last 2 laps. So
yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, he is absolutely flying, and he's on fresh softs compared to, somewhat used mediums and hards for the guys in first and second.
Speeding. He retires too as no spot, but he didn't. So
I'm kind of surprised how many of these guys have gotten speeding in the pit lane penalties.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any yesterday in Tier 2.
I don't think I know Cheesehead's got one.
Okay. Veert DV is right now on the gearbox of Grach for second.
There. Will we get a team order here? Looks like we won't. They're gonna battle for it.
But he does get it done.
Oh, on the curve, he got a penalty. That would have been huge. Now, is actually, Veer's gotta still get a lot of work to do. Not only does he have to pass Will, he has to pull out 3 seconds, I think it is.
Yeah, that would be pretty tough.
Will on the curb, but if Will gets a penalty, then it's all fair game.
True. Yeah, I don't know how many warnings that Will has right now,
I can
but
check. You commentate, I'll check.
all right, I can do that. So, Veer TV is now within DRS range of Will. I mean, this is just unbelievable stuff from him. So Will looks like he's harvesting a lot of that energy. Trying to stay in front here.
No way, hold on.
Does Will have 0?
Will has 0 warnings.
Dude, he literally said, Orioles, hush.
No, never mind, he got one, he got one.
Okay. But still, that's good stuff from Will Ans.
Clean driving.
Just 2/10 between them now. I mean, he is right on his gearbox. Oh.
Down the end? No, he's not gonna go for it. I would have gone for it there. You gotta pull out 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's gonna wait for the DRS on the front straight.
He's gotta be making it as soon as possible. Why is the laps? Okay.
Lap down car there with a bit of interference.
Stay out of the way. Not trying to give him DRS. I mean, not trying to give him slipstream, but he's gonna go get it anyway. He's gonna have to make this move right now.
I think he got a little bit better of an exit, so this DRS should get him by on the inside on the fresher softs.
You get a lot of ERS too, so nice move. All right, now he has to pull out.
Oh, can Will get the cutback? Oh, he got the cutback.
What's the lap car doing?
I'm wondering if the lap car might be AI.
Oh, we almost spun it. He saves it.
Wow.
Oh, I think that throws out the possibility of a Veer win today.
I think it does, unfortunately. That lap car now unlapping himself on Will Ans as well.
Is that Tambar? It's Tambar.
Yeah, it's Tambar. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know what the stewards are gonna think of that one.
No, it's certainly there's definitely gonna be some actionable offenses there if he's in control of the car. It's possible it's an AI unlapping itself, but typically we set the AI level low enough so that if the AI takes over, you're just going backwards, not forwards.
Yeah, it's certainly hard to focus when you have a big ghosted rear wing in your face. So
well, not only that, he's providing dirty air to both the cars that are on the lead lap now.
And we're on the last lap. The most Veer can do really is just make an overtake and get as far out as he can, but I just don't think he has enough time. And Will's actually getting DRS off the laps car.
He is, yep. That's unfortunate because that shouldn't be happening.
You're down the inside.
It does look like Tambar is the one in control of his car, so I think the stewards are probably going to have a word with him about that. Veer does get the move done.
Again?
Oh!
Almost caught. If Will would have wrecked it, that would have been tragic.
That could have been really awful.
Veer almost loses it, but looks like Will, all he has to do now is just coast the win.
Yeah, Rusty's saying Tambar is in control. Yeah, I can see that too. So
yeah, that's...
Steward's definitely going to have to take a look at that because for anybody that's in the league that's driving with us, we do encourage you, if you're a lap down, get out of the way. You're not racing these guys. We know you want to unlap yourself, but we're on the last lap of the race. So let's see what happens here at the finish. Will Ans probably going to cross the line first.
Will Ans is going to prove me wrong and be the only car in the field not to get a penalty and win at Austria.
Will the thrill. You love to see it. That's good stuff from Will.
He really proved me wrong. Only car in the field not to get a penalty. Fantastic drive. Veer at second. KDSX jumps crack on penalties to get third. Congratulations to those guys.
Young Ants and Impossible still having a really great battle down in the midfield. Oh, and Impossible picks up another penalty there.
This race has been...
Ooh, Young Ants goes wide into the grass. Is that going to give Impossible a chance? It is. Impossible gets by him.
How many penalties does he have, though?
I'm not sure. It seems like a lot.
The final corner. Bacon's going to cross the line first, but Young Ants is probably going to jump him.
Oh!
Oh, Bacon died!
What just happened?
Horrific crash.
Oh my gosh. It looks like he was trying to celebrate and just put it into the wall. I think that cost him the position, didn't it?
No, he jumped him on penalties.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, whew.
He did the Grosjean.
Oh gosh. Except he did it to himself. It looked like that was an intentional weave.
I mean, when he was warming up his tires at Baku and he died.
Oh yeah.
What put on a show for the fans.
So that was a very interesting finish to the race.
And Will is not 13th. It's just a lobby glitch. He finished up the order, but
yeah. So he'll be the last car that actually finished the race. And then Terrible will jump both Stevie T and Ray, who both rage quit. So, again, reminder: both of those guys will receive 0 points in order to discourage rage quitting. Overall, really great race here today, Orioles.
I like that one.
It was enjoyable commentating with you. So thanks for the help today. And
before we go,
go,
who would you say is your driver of the day?
Driver of the day, I think for me, probably has to be Veer TV.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. That was great from him.
Will going from whatever he started 5th or 6th to the win, incredible stuff. But Veer also had a great run. I think either of those two guys could be a shout for driver of the day. They both did really, really well.
I'm gonna say Veer for he made a great strategy call, then had to run down all that time on the softs, and then it could be Will because he got no penalties on a nice clean race. Did what he had to do and won. So I don't know. Really
great stuff. All right, Orioles. Well, I will see you later. I will probably be filling in for Premiere this afternoon, so anybody that's joining us, we will have Premiere Racing coming at you in 30 minutes, and Veer TV gets the games version of Driver of the Day. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening.